Hi, today I'm going to explain the 4 phases of the skeletal muscle contraction. We'll look at what happens in the neuromuscular junction, the sarcolemma, the sarcoplastic reticulum, and the sarcomere, and then the steps of relaxation. I'll also highlight key proteins and molecules involved in contraction. Phase 1, the neuromuscular junction and action potential. Muscle contraction begins at the neuromuscular junction, the point where a motor neuron communicates with the muscle fiber. The end of the neuron, called the synaptic knob, receives an action potential which opens the voltage-gated calcium channels. Calcium ions flow into the knob, triggering the release of acetylcholine ACH into the sympathetic cleft. ACH binds to the receptor of the sarcolemma, opening sodium channels and creating a new action potential in the muscle fiber. To prevent continuous stimulation to acetylcholinesterase breakdowns into ACH. Phase 2, excitation, contraction, coupling. The action potential travels along the sarcolemma and down the transverse tubules. This signal reaches the sarcoplastic reticulum, the SR, causing it to release calcium into the sarcoplasm. Calcium binds to the troponin, which moves the troposin away from the binding sites on actin filaments, which, with these sites exposed, the muscle fiber is ready to contract. Phase 3, cross-bridge formation and contraction. Next, myosin heads attach to the exposed sites of actin, forming cross bridges using energy from ATP, which is broken down into ADP and phosphate. The myosin heads pivot in a power stroke, sliding actin filaments towards the center of the sarcomere. After the stroke, ATP binds to a myosin, detaching it from the actin, allowing the cycle to repeat as long as the calcium and ATP are available. Phase 4, relaxation. When stimulation ends, calcium is actively pumped back into the sarcoplastic reticulum, removing it from the troponin. The tropin and tropomyosin complex returns to the blocked actin's binding sites. Without cross-bridge formation, the muscles relax. Finally, the membrane potential of the sarcolemma returns to its resting state, completing the relaxation phase. In summary, muscle contraction involves 4 coordinating phases. First, the neuromuscular junction generates an action potential. Second, the excitation, contraction, coupling releases calcium and exposes actin. Third, cross-bridge formation and power strokes slide the filaments. And fourth, relaxation restores the muscle to its resting state. This process depends on key molecules like ATP, calcium, actin, myosin, troponin, tropomyosin. Thank you.